Good morning. It's Thursday. It's Sky's graduation day, but it's also little Sean's last day of school. See if he's awake. You can't get into his room, it's locked. This is why we took the lock off of his door, because he kept locking it for no reason. Alright, let me find the little pin. On here. Oh man, I don't know where he keeps it. It's gonna be annoying. See if I can find something on my desk to get into his room with. No. I can just go knock on the door till he answers it. He's gonna try to wake him up. Morning! Last day of school! Aren't you awake? I don't know. Does we have a clock in here? Alright, brush your teeth and put deodorant on. You wearing that today? Didn't you wear that yesterday? I'm pretty sure you put that on yesterday. And then just slept in it. Whatever. I don't care. It's the last day of school. And somebody woke me up this morning by patting me, going, I tried to sleep in, Jax. I'm going to go back and lay down though, because Sean's taking him to school. And Skyler doesn't have to get up for another 15 minutes. He's probably already awake though. There's Sean's alarm. He is awake. Hey, Sky. Yeah. Just trying to see if you were awake or not. Alright. He always gets up early. Which is weird, because when they were little, it was opposite. Little Sean would be up super early, and Sky would sleep in. He never wanted to get up. Alright, I'm actually going to go lay back down now. Alright, I am ready for the graduation. Sean's still putting his shirt on. Gotta grab my shoes, and we're going to head on out. Sean told his boss, he's like, honestly thought he was going to do his meeting and then come to the graduation after, but because of the construction, we got to take a longer route around. Otherwise, we would have been able to make it in time. So he told his boss that he can't come to the meeting.
Oh, we're leaving at 9:30.
Yeah. I mean, we can leave now. I just wanted to finish getting ready.
Yeah.
Which I thought was going to take a little longer than what it did. I still don't like my hair. I had it up first in this clip, and then I had it down, and I don't like it. Probably because it's wet, but I don't have time to dry it.
Sure you do. You got your new tool.
Yeah, it's going to take longer than 15 minutes to dry it. It's going to take a while. Because I've tried it before. I've used it before.
Got nothing better going on right now.
Except for I want to leave. So we're heading out the door for the graduation. Alright, we're at the school. They actually have a lost and found right outside the gym that I'm going to go look for real fast. Kids playing on the playground, if you heard that screaming. It's happy screams. But the graduation will probably be the next clip. Alright, let's go inside and find some seats.
Woodland Park Academy's class of 2023.
Right in front of me. Oh, I'm a crying mess.
Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you. One more time, class of 23. You may be seated.
I take the perfect seats again. Oh my God.
No.
Sean, tap on Kayla. Her mom wants her. Tap on Kayla.
There we go. Great job.
Her mom wants her.
All right, as we prepare to get ready and go forward in our ceremony, entering this room about 20 seconds ago was a great group of students. A group of students, as Ms. Martin said, persevered through a lot of difficulties. You entered your middle school years during a tough pandemic, and a lot of people didn't make it. There should be some other names next to you in the seats next to you, and they are not here, but you are. Something in you said, I can do this. I'm gonna hold on, I'm gonna push through, I'm gonna try my best, I'm gonna make my parents and myself proud. And that's why we honor you today. It's not just because you're gonna cross over and go to high school, but you found something in yourself in these last middle school years, these last 3 years, that you were able to prove to yourself who you can be and what you can do. In front of me, I have athletes who have never touched a ball in their lives, but during this season, they said, I can do this. Before me are students who are now honor society members, who never had that ability before, but sometime during the last 3 years, they said, I can do this. You guys are gonna cross over and walk into a high school, and it won't be like Woodland Park Academy. It won't be a group of 300 students and a teaching body who loves each of you individually. You're gonna walk into a building where you are number 308294, and that's all you are. But I want you to remember that to us, you are much more than that. You are our loves, you are our children, you are our students, and we give everything every day for you. If nobody believes in you, when you cross over into high school, know that we do. If you need a word of encouragement, reach out because we have you. You can accomplish more. Anything that you set your mind to is yours, and we believe that. And so we celebrate you on today. So our occasion today is to say bye-bye to the baby years, because we're moving into our big girl and our big boy stuff now. You guys are walking into a high school, and I want you to walk in with your head up, being proud and being confident, because there's no other you in that building. Represent yourself and represent yourself well. Don't be like the crowd, don't be like other people. The skin that you are in is perfect for you. Be you, do you, and do it great. Once again, congratulations, Woodland Park Academy, class of 2023. At this time, we will bring back up our principal, Mrs. Martin.
This year, instead of one keynote speaker, our 8th grade students chose to have 3 speakers for their ceremony. Up first, Ms. Sarah MacArthur, our middle school ELA teacher. She's our ELA teacher, PTO president, carnival organizer, book collector, clue creator, and flamingo-loving middle school rock. Please join me in welcoming. Hi guys. Good morning to everyone else. So I've been told that I was asked to speak because I always have the funny speeches, the funny stories, and I can tell a really good story. Ones that make everyone laugh and everyone remember the good times. And I asked a couple kids in front of me, I said, wait a minute, what if I want to be the inspirational one? What if I want the inspirational speech this year? I can be inspiring. I'm kind of an icon.
Well, the couple of students in front of me laughed, very similarly to what just happened over here. And then they looked at me and said, no, that's why we asked Mrs. Mayberry. I said, well, what if I want to be heartfelt and emotional and I can give you some tough love and some advice? And those same students rolled their eyes and said, that's why we asked Mr. Crump. They said, listen, you just tell the funny stories and cry at the end. That is your job. Well, with their advice in mind, I sat down to write my speech. I wanted some wisdom and some stories, and honestly, narrowing it down was harder than I thought because we have lived through so many things in the last 3 years. I sat, and you know I procrastinate, and I finally had to detach myself and look at it logically. So I wrote a list. You know I like my lists. I heard that. So here goes 10 life lessons brought to you by your amazing, loving, weird, and memorable class. I'm going to apologize to everyone else that wasn't in my English class for the last 3 years because most of these stories probably aren't going to make sense to you. Number 1, fold your bread. Only our class will know that this is code for stop talking and mind your own business. It is our very own version of zip it, lock it, put it in your pocket. This is important as you navigate high school, college, careers, just life in general. Number 2, be prepared for anything, like a pandemic, and Zoom meetings, and a tornado siren during a pandemic Zoom meeting. It was a random Wednesday with 6th grade. I was just trying to teach theme, if you can call random normal Wednesdays during a pandemic on a Zoom normal and random. Suddenly, out of nowhere, all of the tornado sirens were blaring. It caused a panic because you were 6th graders, and that's about the age where a lot of you were starting to be left alone at home. As I was trying to instruct everyone to remain calm while trying to check my phone off camera, a very helpful student, who shall remain nameless, I promised, unmuted long enough to yell, I know what to do, I know what to do, stop, drop, and roll. I didn't get the words out to say, no, wait, before another student helpfully unmuted and said, no, you idiot, that's only for a fire. That's only if you're on fire. But it was too late. The first student was no longer on the screen because he had already stopped, dropped, and was in the process of rolling. Because as he later said to the class, better safe than sorry. Incidentally, that is also a good life lesson. Number 3, sometimes things break. Appreciate what you have when you have it. You may need to use other resources to get the job done, whether that is because the pencil sharpener accidentally flung itself to the floor, because the ruler broke all by itself, or because the crayons that you were given, brand new, in a box, were broken when you got them. Figure out what you need to do to get the job done, and if you already have a bad reputation with pencil sharpeners, maybe save your future teacher some money and buy the 99-cent one at Walmart. Number 4, things aren't usually as bad as they seem. Not everything is a pretend write-up from your favorite teacher for killing a spider in science class that gets you kind of kicked off the basketball team. Don't freak out, cry, beg, plead, call your mom. Or if you need to do all those things, do it for a minute, but don't live there. Take a deep breath, figure out what you need to do to get things back on track, and see if the situation is really that big to begin with. Number 5, don't be afraid to try new things. Whether that is rickrolling your teacher in the middle of a huge end-of-the-year presentation, or trying a chai latte, which is delicious and does not taste like wet dog, or going out for a sport that you never played before and were so nervous that you almost threw up, and you ended up dominating. Number 6, don't give up. Play the quizzes vocab review 37 times until you beat your teacher. That's okay. Google how to restore your computer when it was shut down just as you finished your 5-page paper. Push yourself to think outside the box until you are the team with the 2-point answers and categories.
Number 7, don't believe everything someone tells you. Do your own research, look it up yourself, read the book yourself. There are people in your life, even ones that love you, that will spend 2 hours of their time rewriting an ending to a novel, convincing you that the main character dies, and letting you go a whole day believing that that actually happened, just because she wanted to get in a mini lesson on alternative endings in fanfiction. Number 8, figure out the rules to the games you play. Use the critical thinking skills and strategies you have learned to make sure you go on an imaginary island and don't get left on the dock. Use your context clues so you know that goat corn is not the answer. And finally realize that when you get Wordle and Global on the first try, we know you Googled it. Number 9, don't be afraid to be yourself. You are all amazing, wonderful, unique, and sometimes a little weird people. And fitting in is overrated anyway. Be true to yourself. Convince someone that they do in fact love Venezuela. Hide creepy dolls in lockers. Do interpretive dances to Frozen and let it go. Use a paintbrush as a weapon. And if you're going to flick someone, blame it on somebody that really couldn't have done it. Number 10 and last, don't forget about all the people here that are pushing you to do better, rooting for you to succeed. We are willing to be your cheerleader, your stand-in mom, your voice of reason, and your family. Mr. Kronk travels every day across the entire universe to get to Earth School and be here with you. Mrs. Mayberry coaches every single sport imaginable to give you an opportunity to play. Mrs. Bishop has spent her entire life savings on dojo rewards. And Mrs. Gardner, well, she teaches math and does math with you every single day, and if that is not love, I don't know what is. Those are the life lessons that I wanted to share, and a few stories to make you laugh, so I feel like I've kind of done my job. We have learned together over the last 3 years, 3 years of good times, bad times, funny times, crazy times, summed up in 2.5 pages of life lessons. This is the part every year that gets to me. Every single speech that I have given to an 8th grade class ends the exact same way. It is the part that makes my voice shake and the part that makes my eyes water. It is the part where I look down on you sitting in your chairs all dressed up and lovely, and I give you my last piece of advice. Be amazing, do great things, remember where you came from. Remember we will always love you and we will always have your back. You will always have a home here, and I will forever miss your face. Don't forget that we exist. But this year I said I'm gonna do something a little bit different. Everything that I just said to you is 100% true. I love you with all of my heart. But in that same heart, I felt deep down that I needed to leave you with one last piece of knowledge. I'm gonna deviate from my normal ending. There are 5 words that are special, important, and true. I need you to remember them. Are you listening to me? Do I have your attention? I do not eat birdseed. Thank you.
Thank you for your fine words, Ms. MacArthur. Next, we have Mr. Danny Kronk. Mr. Kronk is 50% of Woodland Park Academy's male instructional staff population. We really value him. And he's also our 2023 World Changer of the Year recipient. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Kronk to the podium.
Yes, she does.
Yes, she does.
Welcome, everyone, here celebrating these fine young people in front of us. I've been at Woodland Park for 4.5 years, and I had the very unique opportunity to spend all of my time as a parapro in their classroom. I've spent more time with them than any adult in this building. And they've kind of grown on me. But that being said, I can't even call it a job. It's more of a privilege that I've been able to spend this time with you. I love each and every one of you so very much. You guys have changed my life on all the bad days that I've had. Days I come in and I'm like, I swear I won't even smile today. I don't even make it 2 minutes. Because you guys light up my world. You guys are exactly what our mission is here. World changers. Fantastic young people. I know you are all going to go on to do great things. I know that without a doubt in my mind. And as we're here to celebrate you, I want you all to also take a time to look at yourself and celebrate yourself. Recognize your accomplishments. Recognize what you have come through COVID, through all of that, through this chapter of your life, moving on to the next, with flying colors. Be very, very proud of who you are and what you have done. Thank you for the years that we spent together, the inside jokes. You guys have made such an impact on my life, and I can't wait to hear and see the impact that you are going to make on this world. I love each and every one of you, and I wish you all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Cronk. Finally, we have Mrs. Emily Mayberry. She has some words to share with all of our 8th graders. She's a mentor, a coach, and a mom, not to just one, but many of our 8th graders. Mrs. Mayberry is our kindergarten teacher and recipient of our Teacher of the Year Award for 2023. Please join me in welcoming Mrs. Mayberry.
Good morning, everybody. My 8th graders know that I love a lecture, but I'm not much of a speech giver. I'm more of a word reader. So just bear with me as I get through this. I'm your 2023 Woodland Park Academy Teacher of the Year. Although I'm very proud of this honor, it's not something that I love bringing attention to. I know that I'm just one of many Teachers of the Year that work at Woodland Park. All of my colleagues are just as deserving, if not more deserving of this title. So you might be wondering, why am I bringing it up now? First, I think it's important to note that I'm joined on the stage by not one, but 3 former Teacher of the Year honorees, as well as the 2023 World Changer of the Year. I think I can speak for all of us when I say that none of us would carry these titles if it weren't for this fantastic group of scholars that sit before me. Before Mrs. Baker was a super energetic assistant principal, she was a super energetic 8th grade teacher. But even before that, she had the opportunity to be your guest teacher. And even before that, many of you knew her as Joseph's mom. Mrs. Bishop has been teaching you social studies for the last 3 years, but before that, she was also your guest teacher. She remembers the little Olive, the little Kayla, the little Nicholas, and the little Maddox. Ms. MacArthur has been teaching you ELA for the last 3 years, and although she was never your guest teacher, she watched you perform, compete, run around at recess, and use your walking feet in the hallway for the last 9 years. Mr. Cronk has been with you every minute of every school day for the last almost 5 years. My journey with you has been a little bit different. I've never been your teacher. Well, there was one time when I was your sub for about an hour back when you were in Mr. Thomas's class, and that hour was enough for me. I've never been your teacher, but I hope that I have taught you something that you can take with you when you leave. For some of you, I've been your coach or your athletic director. For others, I've been Maddox's mom or the loud kindergarten teacher. I've been a shoulder to cry on, someone to complain to, or someone to annoy. I've been someone to confide in, someone to motivate, and someone to roll your eyes at. I've been a ride, a meal, a laugh, a smile. I've been a lecture, an evil look, and a frog jump. Nevaeh, I'm looking at you. I've been all those things because you have allowed me to be. I've been those things because you have put your trust in me. I've been those things because you have invited me into your lives. I've been those things because you picked me. I am on this stage because you chose me. We are all here today because you chose us. I just want you to all know that we don't take that for granted. You let us in. You chose us. You chose me, and I'll never forget it, and I will never forget you. Grown-ups, that's what we call you in kindergarten. I'm so glad to see you here celebrating the accomplishments of your amazing children, and I know that you are filled with pride seeing your babies walk into the gym for the last time as middle schoolers. And although I'm so happy that you're here celebrating with us today, this speech is not for you. This speech, these words, are for the wise, talented, hilarious, brilliant, amazing teenagers that sit before me. So here we go. I've always known there was something special about your class. From the time that you were kindergartners giving Miss Bell and Mrs. Angeloff a run for their money, I knew that you were unique. I've chaperoned field trips, watched countless musicals and dance performances. I've attended spelling bees, family dances, birthday parties, and field days. And every single year, I have felt the same way. There's just something special about your class. Every year you've gotten older and you've grown up a little bit more, and that belief still holds true. In fact, it gets stronger. Some of you haven't always been here. Some of you joined us a little later in your scholarly journey, but you fit right in. You're part of the magic. We've all watched countless classes reach their 8th grade year and move on to new adventures, but none of them are quite like you. You're kind, you're helpful, and not just one or two of you, all of you. You're compassionate and empathetic. You reflect on your actions even when you make mistakes. You're wise, you're funny, you're adventurous, you're talented. You have integrity. People can count on you, people can trust you. If I ask you to walk a crying kindergartner to the office, I know you will do that with kindness and care. If I walk away from you at a track meet with 200 other kids, I know that you're going to represent our team well. You're honest, maybe sometimes a little too honest. I know I've talked to many of you about your time at Woodland Park Academy coming to an end. Most of you say that you're ready. You're ready to move on, to have new experiences, and to meet new people. I mean, I get it. Some of you have been having breakfast with the same noisy eaters every day for the last 9 years. I don't blame you. But I want you to take a moment to look around. Look to your left and look to your right. These are the people who have had the greatest impact on your life so far. You have spent more hours with your classmates than your own family. They've been there for some of your most embarrassing moments, like when you peed your pants, or Maddox, when somebody opened the bathroom door on you. I think we all remember that. When you tripped and fell in the hallway, got hit in the face with a ball more than once, or you threw up in front of the class. But they've also been there for some of your most exciting moments, like finally winning a Kahoot, nailing your dance performance, winning a cheer competition, scoring your first goal, or watching Mr. Kronk shave his beard. The 23 young people sitting next to you are a part of you. They're woven into the tapestry of your life. I know you're ready for the next chapter, but please don't be in such a hurry to move on that you forget to enjoy these last few moments with the people who have shared so much of your life. By the way, Jazaria, we only have one more good morning left. I've spent the last several days thinking about what I want to say to you all. My parting words before you go off into the world and spreading accomplishments that I may never know about. The reality is there are some of you that I may never see again. And that's heavy. I know. It's hard to even say that out loud. The immense pressure that I feel to leave you with some profound wisdom that will stick with you forever is almost unbearable. I need more time with you. I'm not ready to let you leave the nest, but that's just it. It's me that needs more time, not you. You're ready. You'll make mistakes, but you'll handle them with grace. You'll experience heartbreak, but you will heal. You will fail. You will fail a lot, but you won't give up. You'll be leaders. You will stand up for others when they can't find their own voice. You will grow and mature and learn new things about yourself every day. You will love yourselves because you are worthy. You'll find your passion and do what makes you happy, even if it isn't the cool thing to do. You will make history, and I know this because there is something special about this class, something that no one can quite put a finger on, but everybody knows. There is magic here, and you're going to bring that magic with you wherever you go. So I'm going to leave you with this. Don't try to fit into someone else's idea of you. You don't have to be anything for anyone. You only have to be something for yourself. This is an opportunity to be the best version of you, not someone else's version of you. You are athletes, dancers, artists, gamers, and readers, but you are scholars, brothers, sisters, aunties, and friends. You are passionate, smart, shy, sensitive. You are so many things. Don't fit a label that somebody else gives you. Make your own. You will find your people, I promise. Your next chapter will be filled with a lot of firsts and a lot of lasts, but I hope you always remember the first that you shared here with us, and the lasts that we are experiencing right now as this chapter ends. Remember your first time walking through these doors. Remember the first time you got to sit next to your crush, and the first time your team won a game, the first time Miss MacArthur flicked you, and the first and last hugs. Remember the last goodbyes, and make sure the final words that you share are words that you will not regret. Remember what it means to be an eagle. As a teacher, I am so proud of the scholars that sit before me. As a coach, I am so proud of the leaders that sit before me. As part of this wonderful community, I am so proud of the eagles that sit before me. And as a mother, I couldn't have asked for a better group of people for my son to grow up with. I will always be here for you, and I will always be in your corner, and I will always be your biggest fan. Thank you for choosing me. I love you, and I'm so proud of you.
You don't need to pass the tissue box. At this time, please direct your attention to the video of your graduates.
Oh, great. Now I'm really gonna cry. I don't know where it's gonna be.
Warming up there.
There we go. Okay, so you turn.
Your little hands wrapped around my finger and
There's Skyler.
so quiet. Just try to never grow.
Oh, there's Skyler. There's Sky.
Wish I'd never grown. It can still be simple.
There's Sky in the last one. The bottom. Sky in the background, just thumb up. There's Sky. Sky running on the floor. There's Sky and Danny.
And now is the moment we have been waiting for. It's time for awards and diplomas. Mrs. Christy Bishop is our one and only 8th grade homeroom teacher. She's our middle school social studies teacher, obsessed with Minions and the University of Michigan, and has become a reliable, routine rock for our students for the last 3 years. Please welcome Mrs. Bishop for the distribution of awards and honors.
Pay attention. Oh, I'm gonna be crying messy in there in a minute.
Hi guys.
My arm is killing me from holding the camera.
Alright. Good morning, students,
Turn to the
family,
foot.
friends, and faculty. As Mrs. Martin just said, my name is Christy Bishop. And it is my honor to be this year's 8th grade homeroom teacher. I have been privileged to be a part of 8th grade graduation for several years now. However, this is the hardest graduation speech I have ever had to write yet. So it's going to be a little short. It is not because I don't have fond and funny memories of these students, many of which were shared today. But today feels very surreal, almost like a dream I can't wake up from, because I am struggling so hard to accept the fact that the students sitting before us today are graduating and will be moving on to the next phase of their lives. Where on earth does the time go? Doesn't it feel like just yesterday that you were in 1st grade and I was your guest teacher in Mrs. Wheat and Wallace's class? Y'all were about yay high. That is when I first had the opportunity to meet these bright young individuals before me when I was their guest teacher. And I knew way back then that you were capable of accomplishing great things, but never in my wildest dreams could I have imagined could have imagined what you will be soon recognized for today. And I am so proud of each and every one of you. Before we get to awards, and diplomas, I would like to leave you with a quote from Maya Angelou. I have learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. It is my hope that when you walk out these doors, you will remember that someone here at Woodland Park Academy made you feel something during your time here. Whether they made you feel that you were cared about, made you feel safe within our walls, made you feel smart, made you feel happy because they told a silly joke or were just acting corny, made you feel important, made you feel loved, and made you feel like you matter because you do. This is not the end of our story, but it is the beginning of the next step in your lives. So please go and live them. Now, let's get to what we've all been waiting for, the awards and the diplomas to celebrate the graduating class of 2023. Project Trait of Humor was on fourth marking Mr. Skyler Mathis. Skyler is receiving his certificate of completion, an 8th grade diploma, a social studies award, National Junior Honor Society award, Magnificent Mentor, a world traveler, NWEA math achievement, Positivity Project character trait of creativity, and was voted tech wizard, most likely to go to space, and the future Twitch streamer of the class. Congratulations.
I see it. Most likely to go to space. He loves science.
Medics. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time. I did not mean to do that, I'm just laughing. One more time, congratulations to the graduating class of 2023.
Well, after 11, and now Sean's going to Sean Coleman, not to worry about him. He'll wait.
I can't go home yet. We have yet more awards to celebrate from our Skylers.
Mr. Brown, you remember him, right?
Yeah.
We miss him. He liked to say that I have been at Woodland Park Academy since the dawn of time. And he's actually pretty close because this is the end of my 22nd year as a teacher, 10 straight years. I'm honored to present these awards to you today, especially because your class is special. Mrs. Mayberry said it, all of the people up here believe that. And I'm not supposed to sing this either, but you are my all-time favorite graduating class. You've had other classmates that have weaved in and out of your space, but those of you here today are the ones leaving the lasting impression. So we're going to do a little something. Could I have all of the graduates please stand up?
Stand up, Skyler.
We're going to play a game. Last one standing. If you are a student that joined this family in 8th grade, please have a seat. If you are a person that joined in 7th grade, sit down. And maybe we should get these guys. 6th grade, have a seat. If you joined us in 5th grade, Mrs. DeGasperis and Ray, have a seat. You joined us in 4th grade, Mrs. Jones or Mr. Thomas, have a seat. If you joined us in 3rd grade, Miss Bilwalk and Crump, have a seat.
Getting down there.
If you joined us in 2nd grade with Mrs. Duhan and Voorhees, have a seat. Wow. If you joined us in 1st grade with Mrs. Wheat and Wallace, have a seat. Look how many people are standing. If you started Woodland Park Academy in kindergarten, please remain standing and give us everyone a wave. Now, a
Definitely your
couple
kids, John.
of my friends were here and then left and came back. So I thank you for doing that. You can sit down for a moment. 9 students have been with us since kindergarten and will be receiving the Legacy Award today. Over the past 9 years, we have come to know you and your families and have grown in partnership to raise you into fine ladies and gentlemen. And I'm proud to say that I've known you since you were 5 years old. In fact, I was told that I can't skip this kindergarten story. On the first days of school back in 2014, there was a little girl that cried every day she came to school. She cried all day. And she wasn't a quiet crier.
Oh God, no. She's loud.
We would take walks, get drinks, try distractions, ignore her. But each day it continued. In partnership with her mom, we met and came up with a plan. It was a simple plan. Give her a daily schedule. And it worked. She has been happy, super happy to come to school every day since then. Kayla. Kayla, when you come back to Woodland Park Academy and I hire you as a teacher, you can make your own schedule, I promise. When I go to my Google Photos and search for people, there's a little search icon, people faces come up. Jazaria, Kayla, Princess Nick, Maddox, Taraya, Tyshana, Skyler, and Safira show up as some of my more frequent faces in my photos. I have more faces of Princess than I do of my own grandma. And I love that. Thank you for filling my camera roll and my heart with your faces. We're presenting each of our 9 Eagles with a Woodland Park Academy Legacy Award in commemoration of the legacy you leave behind. And now I will say before we get started, a couple of the awards have not made it in here yet, but we will get them to you probably tomorrow. As I call your name, please join us on stage. Skyler Mathis.
She said some of them are here. Oh, you heard. I don't think Skylers is here. We'll get it tomorrow. Absolutely.
They deserve a round of applause.
You'll get your award tomorrow.
Our next award, before I present it, I want to say this about legacy. Woodland Park Academy has left a legacy in our community. And I appreciate every year when our graduates who have walked across this stage return in honor of our current year graduates. So if you are in the audience and you walk this stage as an 8th grade student, please stand and be recognized.
Too bad Sean was there.
We believe in giving honor where honor is due, and we honor you. Thank you for coming back and supporting. At this time, we want to recognize special individuals. All of our graduates are special. We appreciate all of you being here today. You know, people say oftentimes, my son, you guys heard his name, you saw his picture on the slide, he started kindergarten with this group. And then he moved in middle school to another district. Today, I honor my son's 8th grade graduation by walking him into the building for a 5-minute event where they call his name and he walks across the stage, and then we exit so that more families come in. Why do I say that? Because it's important here that every 8th grade student feels like you have earned the world. You deserve the world, and we need you to know that. So as we prepare prepare to leave. Families, do your thing. Look, I know my students and I know where they get it from. They not quiet, they not shy, they dance and they turn up. Why? Because they get it from y'all. So don't act shy. It's okay to open your mouth and clap your hands and celebrate these 8th grade students today.
Almost fell over.
Now 8th grade, I'm gonna ask you to do me a favor. Families, can you please sit? I got you all turned up, then I'm gonna ask you to sit. It's important. I just need you to sit. Thank you, Germany. I just need you to sit for 1 second. 8th grade, do me a favor. Stand. Turn around. And look at all the love and support that are here just for you. Amazing.
Hi, Sky.
Amazing. They love you guys.
He's got his dad. Yeah, he does not want to be here.
Thank you, 8th grade. Families, at this time we're going to close with a recessional. 8th grade has chosen their song that they will receive their recessional on. Please enjoy. After the song is over, the 8th grade will welcome you for a refreshment in the back. You're welcome to go back, take pictures, enjoy. Again, thank you all for coming out.
All right, we are home from the graduation. We went to Buffalo Wild Wings for lunch. We were sitting there for the longest time, and then these cops came in to eat, and they had come in after us, sat down, ate their food, and left, and we were still waiting for our food. I'm like, what the heck is going on? I guess something happened with their order, so we had to reorder. We were there for like 2.5 hours. It was ridiculous. Almost 3 o'clock. And we left the school at noon, just before noon. But little Sean did get his yearbook, which is nice. Paid $111 for that. He better have gotten it because today was the last day to get it. Got our leftovers I'm putting in the fridge. That's dinner tonight. And now my stomach hurts. I think I ate too much. And Sean's now doing some work on the computer because we honestly didn't think we would be gone that long. I thought we'd be home by 1 o'clock. Stop, Jax. It's dark in here now. There's no lights on. Can't even see me. There we go. But Skyler got his, let's see if I can show you. Diploma of graduation. What else did he get? This is all going to go in his little memory box in the basement. World Traveler Award. National Junior Honor Society. Social Studies Star. Tech Wizard. What's this one say? He was nominated Future Twitch Streamer. He was also nominated Most Likely to Go to Space. Kid loves his science. Mostly Creative. NWA Award for Achievement in Math. That's what that was. A Magnifique Mentor Award. Whatever that means. Oh, look at that. That's adorable. Congratulations, Skyler. I'm gonna cry. I can't read it.
Congratulations, Skyler. You may be moving on to high school, but you will always be a sweet first grader in my heart. I'm so proud of you and wish you the best in your next steps in life. Love, Miss Wallace.
Oh. That was his first grade teacher. Oh, that was him in first grade. That was the 50th day of school in the middle. Adorable. And this is, Skyler has successfully completed the requirements of 8th grade. And here is by promoted to the 9th grade. Now we can sign him up for high school. Because that's what they were waiting on, was the certificate. Done. One more day. Well, he has one more day. It's just the clap out tomorrow, which I don't know if we're going to make it back in time because I have a hair appointment at 9 and the clap out's at 11:30, but the hair place is an hour away. Hopefully we make it back. But I am going to go use the bathroom and probably go sit at my computer for a little bit. And we doing anything else today? I don't think so.
Nope.
We might have to change our chiropractor appointment though, because I don't know if we'll be back in time for that. So we'll have to wait and see. Our chiropractor, he's pretty flexible with changing schedules around and stuff. Like normally I go right after work on Fridays, but if I have the day off, I usually go when Sean goes. So we'll see. All right, now I'm actually gonna go and use the bathroom. All right, I'm gonna end the video now. The boys are actually over here playing Magic. Sean taught them how to play. Did you teach them, or did Sean learn it on his
They
own?
sort of inertly knew, but I was also going over a couple things.
Skyler,
Me and Sean used to play this in high school all the time.
I have a white and
During
black
lunch.
deck.
Remember that? We used to play this all the time during lunch.
Oh yeah.
Hanging on together.
I had a...
Until I put it in storage when I graduated, and then a mouse ate all my good cards.
Yeah. But, I had a stomachache after we got back from lunch and still kind of hurts.
Hey.
So I went and laid down for a little bit.
Which means
We're going to end the video so I can edit it. So, like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.
So
Merry
I
Christmas.
go from 23